every person in this company logged into the game. It's time they stepped up and put their own avatars on the line.
Just when we thought the overcrowded shooter genre couldn't possibly accept any more bald space marines, along comes Matt Hazard in Eat Lead. This third-person shooter makes a mockery of past video games by combining A-list voice talent, toilet humor, and a vast amount of parodies.
I still got it.
Can Matt's slapstick, self-referential shootout avoid becoming a stereotype itself?
I might have gotten past your men, but now it's just you and me, and I'm about to experience the sting of death or something. Is that about it?
Well, yeah, pretty much.
Funny man Will Arnett voices Hazard, a superstar from the 80s who made it big back in the 8-bit era. After fame and a few flops, the now-defunct action hero has finally been offered a starring role in a new game. It's not without a price. The moment Hazard enters Stage 1, it becomes apparent that someone is out to kill him. Together with QA, a newfound hologram ally, Hazard has to rescue his comrades and uncover the mysteries behind the game.
Why is it so important to kill Matt Hazard? I know the former owners signed him to that Lifetime Society for Video Game Actors contract.
Which means that he can't be fired and he can't quit. The contract can only be broken if he's killed off in a game.
Eat Lead's satirical plot is told through well-scripted, hilarious cutscenes. It parodies everything from Master Chief to Mario, and even mocks Final Fantasy's fabled bosses.
An ellipsis? What the hell is that supposed to mean?
Not all of the jokes hit, but the concept of a game within a game keeps things mostly unpredictable.
Don't listen to her, Max. She's an imposter.
Yeah, I hate to ruin this stereotypical evil twin moment, but I already know that you're the imposter. The bad advice, the cavalier attitude, the whole coming on to me thing.
Oh, gross.
See what I'm talking about?
I can't open an exit. Somebody's trying to shut me out.
Well, you better pick up the pace, sweetheart, or everything that comes through that door will be dead, including me.
Judging solely on the box art, you'd think Eat Lead is an over-the-top, gun-blazing, action-packed summer blockbuster.
That's using your head.
In reality, it's a highly generic third-person shooter where you'll spew water streams at cheap enemy AI, duck behind obstacles to avoid unfair deaths, and most disappointingly, conserve ammo. Poor design choices litter the game from top to bottom.
You are so gonna die now!
Armed with the usual repertoire of guns including a shotgun, Uzi, sniper, and assorted handguns, you'll work through 8 single-player missions. You'll also earn fire and ice power-ups that can be incredibly effective. Backtracking is far too prevalent, and reaching each checkpoint becomes a relief. Boss battles manage to help break things up from the endless ducking and shooting. Without any multiplayer or cooperative options, you'll quickly burn through the entire game in under 10 hours. After rolling through the credits, you'll earn a higher difficulty setting, but like most comedy, the jokes just aren't as funny a second time through.
Look at me! I am bigger and have more ass fatness than ever!
Well, I'm betting I can kick your upgraded ass just as easy as I kicked version 1.0.
I hope Hazard didn't give you too much grief, my darlings.
Not half as much as he's gonna give you, Schnooky lumps.
The basic movement controls feel fine, but the sloppy cover system feels dated and broken. Oftentimes you'll find yourself sticking to the wrong wall, or worse, incapable of taking cover at all. The animations used to roll up and over cover or move from one spot to another are too slow and leave you vulnerable to attack.
Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me!
Guns manage to get the job done, but the shotgun is useless unless you're 3 feet from your enemy, and the AK-47 and Uzi have awkward recoil. Enemies can lob grenades at your feet while you're ducking in cover, but you are incapable of returning the favor. Being limited to just 2 guns and a clunky melee attack makes Eat Lead's title ironic.
Hey, give me a break.
Whether you're talking about the slow-moving zombies or trigger-happy fembot Lara Crofts, each one is as brain-dead as the next. They'll either storm you from all sides in narrow corridors or look positively awkward as they attempt to take cover. Headshots are a must in order to conserve ammo, but poor hit detection, especially when firing blindly or from the hip, makes for frequent, unwarranted misses.
Maybe if the gun had ammo, it'd be more effective.
Enemies are vulnerable to their own weapons, a welcoming play on strategy, but it still doesn't explain why they absorb bullets like sponges. The Halo-inspired Space Marines can take a full clip to drop. It can be incredibly challenging, especially when enemies continually respawn over and over again. Be prepared for tons of cheap deaths.
Hey, dying here, little help? Nice magic missile.
Glad to help out. I'll let you take it from here.
The visuals feature bland textures and dull, cramped environments, yet the presentation is really what sells all the parodies. The monitor on Hazard's back, cocking the Super Soaker water rifle, or even swapping in and out of guns all add a touch of personality. The short-lived Wolfenstein area with 2D German soldiers is one of the highlights.
Sprechen Sie die?
And a long elevator scene that spoofs Mass Effect is another success.
This is certainly underwhelming.
Even if you don't like Neil Patrick Harris, the voice acting goes a long way in selling the whacked-out scenarios.
Don't make me get the scissors, Downey.
The weapons sound way too underpowered, with no satisfying boom or blast from the barrel.
Who is this Wellesley guy anyway? He orders us around like we're pawns in a game.
That's all we are. Just generic.
The problem with Eat Lead is that it only replicates the look of all the games it spoofs, and not the gameplay. What's left is a repetitive, subpar third-person shooter skinned in various game themes and filled with cheap gags.
Mother hand begun!
Hey man, can I just shoot you now, or are you gonna be dragging this out?
I think you should drag it out. It's kind of my thing.
If you've been playing games for a long time, you'll appreciate some of the more clever scenarios, but the clunky cover system and idiotic enemies will keep you from enjoying it for long. The return of Matt Hazard will likely be his first and last appearance.
Come to think of it, there's one thing I would like to do right now.
Really? What's that?
Roll the end credits.
It's Hazard time.
You know, that's already getting kind of old.
What are you talking about?